So, your coach kind of said Duncan was sort of the MVP after the first game for a lot of his hustle plays. Is that a lot of things that you've seen from him since he got here in June?
Yeah, ever since he's came in, even since day one, he told me, like, I'm here to work as hard as I can, get you guys shots, rebound the ball, play defense. And, just hearing that, someone that's already bought in on the first day, means a lot. And, he came in 5 minutes into the game, but we could have used him right off the bat. But his energy helped us get going in that game.
Coach Boynton has thrown out some Mitchell Solomon comparisons. Do you see some of that in him,
Yeah,
Duncan?
yeah. Just with the hard work, playing hard all the time, no matter what. Whenever he got on that loose ball, we all hyped him up. He told me, I realized at that moment, like, this is actually pretty fun, and it's all worth something, and that's what Mitch does.
I think you guys ended up taking 5 charges on Wednesday. Is that kind of cool to see? It used to just be you out there taking charges. Did you get one or?
I got one, yeah.
So that kind of cool to see everybody else stepping up doing that.
Yeah, just like it was me, Cam, Thomas, and Isaac. But for the captains to go out there and show them that we're not afraid to sacrifice our body for the team means a lot. It's going to go a long way whenever we're down the road.
There have been 3 flagrant fouls in the 2 games you guys have played, 2 on you, 1 on the opponent. Has that led to some extra studying of kind of what they're calling flagrants this year?
That first game, like we wouldn't change anything. We would have done the exact same thing if it was another game. I thought, they're being a little soft, I guess, but at the same time, trying to look out for the players and their safety. I get that, but it's all kind of soft.
Now that you've been through 2 games where no matter who you're on the court with, you're going to have a couple of freshmen out there all the time. How different or difficult is that to kind of get adjusted to?
We were in that position at one point. We were at Tulsa and we had 5 freshmen on the court, and you just got to put your trust in them. There's no way around it. You can't go out there and play with 3 guys. You got to have 2 others, whether they're freshmen or if 4 of them are freshmen and it's one of the captains. You got to put your trust in them. They come out here, work just as hard as I do, and we'll live with the result.
Ice is a guy who's been one of those guys who's gotten a lot of minutes. Probably he's got the most out of all the freshmen. What have you seen from him in that point guard role, with kind of like that big role that he has through the first 2 games?
He's slowed down a little bit. Like coming in as a freshman, handling the ball, having the pressure to run the team. He came in really fast, like trying to just go. Sometimes you gotta tell him pull the reins back, calm down, run the offense. But he's came a long way. He learned the offense. He knows a lot more times when to attack, when not to attack. We're teaching him time and score, situations, just all the little things that a point guard needs to know. But he's coming a long way.
You mentioned your freshman class. It was kind of a pretty big class too. Did that kind of help you guys mesh more quickly, do you think?
Yeah, I'm sure these guys, they do it just like we did, hanging out with each other every night. We'd hang out with BA and Cam in their room every single night, watch TV shows, make jokes. But they do the same thing. I think it's really good for them. They're new to all of this, whether that's school, basketball, getting more recognition on campus, stuff like that. They're really new to it. Sometimes they can be shy and not know what to do in those situations. But for them to rely on each other, knowing that we all have each other's back, it's big time.
Can you kind of take us through the end of that Charlotte game, that foul? You were initially, I think, pointing at the ground, saying it happened on the floor. At what point did you realize, holy crap, they're calling this a flagrant?
I didn't realize it until after we came out of our little huddle. At first I thought they were talking about there was a 3, but I knew it wasn't going to be a 3-point. So I was totally calm. We huddled up, talked about the situation. We came out and they said they're going to get 2 shots and the ball. I didn't know what to think. I looked at coach. I said they're calling it flagrant, and I don't know.
Did you ever get an explanation?
I really don't. I asked him what I did, and he said I hugged him. He said I blatantly just went over there and hugged him. but I remember just going across his body and just hacking at his arm so he could get a shot off. And then, I don't know, we even looked at the replay. We watched all the film on it. Heartbreaking, but you got to learn from it. And I wouldn't change anything I did.
Was it kind of difficult to reset? Because you mentioned coming out of the huddle, and now all of a sudden the whole game kind of changes there for a little bit.
Yeah, we were caught a little bit off guard. Probably should have did a little bit something different. Coach said we would have took Thomas off the ball and put him on Davis. But yeah, it caught us off guard. We weren't ready for that. He made both of his free throws down one. But the result is the result. It doesn't come down to the last shot. If we take care of the ball, rebound, and defend in the second half like we did in the first, none of that would ever happen.